If you've been applying to scholarships throughout 2025 and you've not gotten anyone till now, please come closer. There is something I need to tell you. This is what I want you to do going forward. I don't want you to expend yourself applying to all scholarships. Just find the particular ones that matches your strengths and apply to those scholarship. Don't waste time applying to all scholarship. Just apply to the one that matches your strength. Let me give you an example. Say there is a scholarship and the winners would be 300 or 600 or 800, but there are 10,000 applicants. It means the scholarship would be intense. It will be highly competitive. So what do? Look at the eligibility criteria, and if you meet them, then go ahead and submit not a strong application, but the strongest application you've ever submitted. And you could be among the 300, the 600, or the 800. All I'm basically saying is go the extra mile. And in this video, I have gone the extra mile for this particular scholarship to tell you what you can do. But number one, to find out if you meet the eligibility criteria first, because this scholarship is great. I've also looked at the stories of previous successful applicants to find out what they did differently for this particular scholarship. And I'm going to tell you that so that you can incorporate that in your application so you can succeed in your application. I strongly believe you can still get scholarship in 2025 or in early 2026. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Brendal. I am a PhD student and I'm researching the use of AI in academic writing. I received full scholarship for my program, and ever since I tasted that, I want everybody, even you, I want you to taste full scholarship so you know how beautiful it is to study abroad fully funded. In this video, we're going to talk about a particular scholarship known as the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship. That's a mouthful. So we're going to talk about this scholarship, but like I said, I want to answer three questions. What is the scholarship? How did others get it? And how can you get it? Especially the last part is important. So please stay around to the end of the video as we'll find answers to this question. Now, come, let me show you something. Let's talk about the Stipendium Hungaricum. I love the sound of that. The Hungarian government scholarship. It is the most prestigious higher education scholarship program offered in Hungary, and it is an amazing one. So let's talk about some of the benefits. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can find the access to this page. Okay, just check the description, you find that. All right. Now, the provisions covered by the scholarship for bachelors, for masters, and one-tier masters, and even non-degree programs, but that depends on your country. And then we also have doctoral programs. For bachelors, tuition-free education. Whoo, interesting. And monthly stipend, that is also great. You also receive accommodation contribution and then medical insurance. That is quite amazing, I would say. And that's for bachelor's, master's, one-tier masters, and non-degree programs. For doctoral programs, tuition-free education, monthly stipend, accommodation, and medical insurance. So it really does cover a lot. And see, 80,000 applicants. And it's just great. It's great, but of course, it's not everyone who gets it. It's not everyone who gets it. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention to. We're going to look at the interview of these three persons, but don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with the details because one of the essential criteria is I had to look at all of them, and one of the criteria is like having a sort of relationship with Hungary. But we're just going to look at orders and see what the orders have done, and then find a way to see how we can incorporate that or integrate that. We'll come back to applying later and then look at the different stages of applying. But let's just look at the examples of these three persons. I've opened separate tabs for each of them. So let's look at each of them. So the first one, I'm not going to pronounce her name, but she has Hungarian ancestry. So she applied. So one of the applicants has Hungarian ancestry. If you have Hungarian ancestry, fine. If you do not, that's totally fine. So you want to demonstrate that you have this if you're submitting any document. That way you have a higher chance. Let's look at somebody else. Now, this other person, for his own part, he said he works in he worked in the Department of Agriculture, and the office had several engagements with Hungary related to trade and various cooperation initiatives. So that gives you a little bit of idea. Okay, so you work in this department, and this department liaises with the other department or in Hungary, things like that. So you also want to know what you can include in your document, just to give you a bit of an idea. Now let's look at this third person. This other person, for her own part, She's not Hungarian, but she went there for holiday once. Okay, she went there for holiday once. She's only been there once, but she doesn't live there. So whatever it is, just make sure to show some form of connection to Hungary. Just show some form of connection to Hungary. Just show some form of connection to Hungary. I think I'll just leave it at that. And that is one thing that might make your application stand out. In case of every other thing, that one thing might make your application stand out. So I just thought it would be useful to keep in mind. Now, let's look at the application process for this scholarship. And I'm going to tell you every single thing I've done. Remember, let's look at it again. So first, find your chosen program. The programs are by universities and they are also by your countries. So some programs are available to applicants from some selected countries, but not to other countries. So if you want to find list of partners, you can simply come here and you see sending partners and available study programs. So you can select your country here. So let's say, for example, we select Ghana. Okay. Please tell me Ghana is here. Okay. So in Ghana, then this is the office you'd have to write to. You have to apply through them. And these are the available programs for bachelors, for masters, and for doctoral studies. Any field, in any field of interest, quite interesting. But let's look at Nigeria again. So I was in Nigeria, and if you come to Nigeria, this is the field Federal Scholarship Board. We're going to look into that. Federal Scholarship Board, this is the website, this is the email if you're going to contact them via email. Just something to keep in mind. And these are the eligible program for bachelors, for masters, for one-tier master studies, and PhD, whatever you want to, whichever one you want to do. So now we know the eligible programs for us. Okay, which means we have to pick something from here. The next thing we want to do, if we still go back to the apply, says we have to look at the programs. Okay, so let's see how, if we click on this, okay, it takes you to this place. It brings you here. Apply online, and then you see the list of available programs. Now you're going to click on each one and then find out if your country is on the list. So let's say we open Masters in Computer Science Engineering, and then we'll find if Nigeria is there or other countries. So let's just first look at the territory requirement. So we have Cameroon. Yeah. Oh, please tell me I saw Cameroon somewhere. I don't know. I think I must have lost it. But we have Ghana here. We have Liberia. We have my eyesight. I need to do something. Oh my days. Where is Nigeria? Come on. Yeah. So we have Nigeria here. So, and for English language requirements, IELTS is not compulsory. So if you have it, great. But if you do not, if you have English as a mother tongue, great. If you do not, bachelor's degree in full language BSc program. You just need to provide medium of instruction. If you're looking for a bachelor's program, then I do not know what you need. You might need to contact them for more information. Okay. And what are some of the programs? Okay, for this one is computer science engineering masters. 4 semesters, that will be 2 years. And you need a bachelor's degree in computer science, IT, engineering, or other related field. There will be an online written text, just so you know. So you can come ahead, you can go ahead here and read up on it. And the application deadline is 15th of January. But please do not wait till the 15th of January. In fact, if you can complete your application in November, the better. Just be among the earliest who would get it. And then you can apply here. But this is not the only place you apply. There is a reason we are told to look at the partners or the sending partners. All right, let's come to stage two. Contact your sending partner. Now, let's go back to our sending partner from Nigeria. So, this is a sending partner. If you click on edu.gov, so I went there and this is the homepage. This is the homepage for the Federal Ministry of Education. And I was just looking for how to just navigate all of this. And I found a document, okay, although quite outdated for 2022, 2023, but this gives us a bit of idea of what is expected. And that's why I said, go the extra mile. Please go the extra mile. Anyways, 2022, 2023, we'll find this for applicants looking for, this is the Federal Minister of Education, and this is called the something about Foreign Ministry. Yeah, Federal Scholarship Board. So you can come here, click down. Now, there's a document you're supposed to get from here, but for some reason, it's not opening for me, and I do not know why. I've tried different browser. So you can apply for undergraduate studies or postgraduate studies in any of this country, and this is Hungary, and this is Hungary here, okay? All qualified candidates are advised to do the following now, which is click on Federal Scholarship Board icon on the home page. And like I said, I did that, but it just does not, doesn't take me anywhere. It doesn't open for some reason. So you can give it your shot if you can. It's just loading. Okay. Now, having said that, the next thing the document tells us to do is for eligible field of study, these are the ones. For postgraduate, you can do anything, but you literally cannot do anything. Just the program that I highlighted are the ones you can do. Okay, for undergraduate scholarship, take note. Now, this is where I want you to pay attention. If you're not from Nigeria, you can just look at the one from your eligible country or from your specific country. But if you're from Nigeria, you can keep watching this part. If you're not, you can skip to later part of the video. Undergraduate scholarship, it mentions here that you should have a minimum of 7 distinctions in your WAEC or secondary school certificate, whichever one you want to use. 7 distinction, which is A's and B's. It can be 7 B's, whatever it is, just make sure you have 7. If you're looking for postgraduate scholarship, that's for postgrad. If you're looking for bachelors, you should have 7 distinctions, A's or B's. That's distinction, not just A's. But for postgraduate scholarship, you should have a first class or a 2-1, and that does it. You should also make sure you've completed your NYSC program. All right, and then you can read up further. Now, what you're supposed to do is to download a form. And when you download the form, fill up the form and then go ahead to submit if you meet the criteria. So you can come up here. I'm also going to leave a link to this part so you can read it up for yourself. This is the only current thing I found on the website. I do not know why. So it might be helpful. It might be helpful to contact them, contact this body and then find out more information. But I don't think you should be asking. Well, just contact them and find out more information. And I don't think it's actually a cool thing that this has yahoo.com for the professional email address. But that aside, let's go on. Let's go on. So we've done the first stage, and the first stage, of course, is the second stage is to contact your sending partner. Now, what would your sending partner do? Of course, there is the deadline. So find out from your sending partner, which is in Nigeria or in Ghana or your preferred countries, and find out what is expected. Then the third thing is to register and upload your documents. How do you register? Well, you just simply go to where we clicked on apply and then just begin the application for your chosen program. Say, for example, we're looking at Masters in Computer Science Engineering. Just click on apply, go ahead, submit the application, and make sure to submit a strong application. Don't give anybody any chance. Just go ahead and submit a strong application. And number 4, remember the deadline is the 15th of January 2026. So make sure to read the call for application for further details, okay? Remember, this is the timeline. And although it does mention that the deadline is the 15th of January, you do not have to wait until the 15th of January. Go ahead and submit the application. You need it to be among the first or to be among those who get the scholarship early on, okay? So just go ahead and know the useful document so you can navigate the page and find out what further information that is required of you. And I want to wish you all the best in your scholarship application. Cheerio.